back, everyone. It's time for some more Hidden Shrine of Tamaochan. Yes, Sakatsuki's says Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I was thinking of doing a Valentine's stream with different games, but I also didn't have a lot of sleep last night, and I was meant to sleep before I started this stream, but I just couldn't sleep. But Akatsuki has contributed 20,000 points to the cooking stream challenge. Thank you very much. Which also reminds Bumfluff to contribute, and he's contributed 18,000. So I'll just add those points to your totals. So when it comes time to say who sponsored the cooking stream, we all know who really sponsored the cooking stream. Because the last... What? See. What? Title and game? Did it not update it? Oh shit, I didn't do the... See, the problem is if I don't click done, I have to click done in the window of title and game. And I didn't do it. So I prepped it. I wrote all the stuff. So you didn't even get the right go live notification. You got Grounded's go live. It's Small Saturday. So yes, we're going to play some Hidden Shrine of Tamaochan. The last time we were here, the party had just stumbled their way into a room with a pit of water, oily liquid, not really water. With a withered, with what looked like a withered tree in the center of the room, but turned out to be tendrils of a monster called xilonen. It is filled with brackish, oily water only a few inches deep, and then across the room was xilonen. And around the sides of the room is a 5-foot wide ledge encircling the tree. And Care and Rial had decided they wanted to go right down to the tree and inspect it. So that's where we're starting. And we started in... oh crap, what did happen? We started in... fucking, what's it called? Initiative. We started the initiative. And then the first hit of the fight. Oh, see, this might be too easy. I can't figure it out. Because we started the first bit of the fight with the 5e tools version of the monsters card. But their version was he's got an AC of 20 and 93 HP. That's really, and he does 4d8 plus 4 piercing damage on a hit. That is really crazy powerful. You'd have to, that would be the only thing that you fight. You'd have to be fresh into a fight to be able to defeat that. But then, the 1980s version of the monster has an AC of 6 and 31 HP, which you've already chopped down a lot. Anyway, what were we up to? Oh, crap, I forgot to even check what we were up to. Let me just have a quick check of what we were up to here before I start. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Okay, I remember now. So at the end of the last game, we were up to Rial's turn, and no one was in chat doing Rial, and I was feeling really sleepy, so I just ended it at Rial's turn. I can't remember what happened though. I'm pretty sure that the tree had ensnared, or did they try to ensnare and were unsuccessful at getting Mira? I feel like Mira had been caught by the tentacle of the tree and was about to get pulled in. And I think Care and Riel managed to dodge out of the way of it. Was that correct? Does that track with everyone else's memory of the game? I tried to have a quick look at the video, which I should have done before I started the stream, but I didn't. So all I can do now is having a... Whoa, there's 58k raised for the cooking stream. It doesn't tell me how many is... how much percent that is, though. It only says it when it reaches 75%, but after that, this percentage stops. But 58 is almost there. If Chubby Kim comes on, and then so we'd need 2 more people because it's actually on 57,570, thanks to one of the contributions by Aurora. What was his contribution? 3,570. Everyone else has been doing it in increments of 2,000, but Aurora came and messed up the numbers. Oh, there you go. Geo0018 has added 2,000 to pool, so now there's only 430 points to go. So Geo0018 has contributed 10,000 to the cooking stream challenge. My mum's a bit upset with me because I didn't do the cooking stream here in her house and give her the night off for dinner. She was like, you can do that cooking anytime, you know. Anyway, so we were in combat and it was Rial's turn. And my question that I was asking at the end of the last stream was, did Rial want to just do a straight attack against the monster? Or did Rial want to do something else? And my specific example was, does Rial want to punch a hole in the floor and drain the water out? Which was off the top of my head. It's got nothing to do with how the game works. Oh, there's also, you also have to make a dexterity. You also have to make a dexterity saving throw every time you try to attack while in the water because the ground is very slippery from the oil. Except that Care is a sea elf, and so Care doesn't suffer the slipperiness of the water. As I think it was Akatsuki's. Was it Akatsuki's? Someone was like, oh, but he's a sea elf, so doesn't he negate that? Yeah, okay. No slipping in the water for sea elves. And let's try this. So that's the music that's playing now is The Murky Depths by Tabletop Audio. We're going to try out Goblin Ambush for some combat music, although there is sounds of bow and arrow in it, so it doesn't really work for this fight. But I think the music is a bit intense, which is good. That's what you want for combat music, right? We'll just imagine that the sound of arrows firing is one of the party members and not the enemies. Because the music is supposed to be goblins. Right, so we've got our 3 players. Care is Akatsuki's, Real is Bum Fluff and Mira is Geo0018. Probably not. She probably can't play because she is working. Oh, it's underscore. Just in case anyone wants to throw a follow to any of these three players in our game. I give you their that work? Yep, that saves it. Awesome. And what's Zillinen's or what's Xilonen's handle on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram? What's your at Xilonen? Oh, I didn't read all the way down to the bottom of this boss. Oh, I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell is this going on about? I just said I didn't read down to the bottom of this boss. No, that's because it's not this thing. Looking at something else, and I was like, what the? Doesn't make sense. No, it's for a different room. All right, so I'm not gonna wait. It's Real's turn. Real is in combat, and Real is just gonna take an attack at the tree xilonen, swinging his sword. It's a sword, right? I'm not gonna. I mean, by saying I'm not gonna wait, I'm not gonna wait too long. I'll just roll the dice. Yeah, longsword here. 1d8 slashing damage. Real's, just as a refresher, Real's also got some Keg Tom's ointment, a potion of climbing, some torches, tinderbox, snare trap, smith tools, water skin, salt, pouch, backpack, silver coffer, and a fishery. Fish like coppery. What? Fish like coppery figurine. Coppery? I'm gonna just say copper. Chain set, quarterstaff, so a wand of secrets, silence, purify, silver baton, spell, protection from turning. This is the potion that stops you from. Oh no, that's zombie saliva and blood. Garlic, cloak, soap. Summon monster. Yeah, this is the dude with all the spells. And all the utility items. There's a fireball scroll. That's the petrification potion. Gorgon potion. Bumfluff rolled a 19. That's enough to hit. Roll damage. $1d8 slashing damage. Or, is he using a shield? Not using a shield, so it's actually not 1d8. We've been rolling incorrectly. Well, it's not incorrect. You can choose to do 1d8 one-handed damage or 1d10 two-handed damage. But if you're not using a shield, then I would imagine you want to do the 1d10, right? It would be given that it should be 1d10 unless you want to use a shield. Okay, so Belfast gets 4 damage plus a strength of 3 is 7 damage. Nice. Where are you, xilonen? He's down to 4. Who's after Riel? It's Xilonen's turn. Hooray! I'm sure I made a character card for this guy, but I can't find it. Actually, you know what I did? I probably made the character card out of the 5e tools one, but then it was broken, so then I just flipped back to the 1980s rules. Okay, so how far can he drag his tentacles in one round? Because the first thing he's going to do is pull Mira towards him. It doesn't specifically say that. I'm sure it says it somewhere. Real. As an action, he can pull up to 25 feet. 5, 10, 15. So as Mira gets... And actually... So I'm not going to actually do the 25 feet. Well, I don't know. I probably shouldn't mix and match. So we won't do the 25 feet. But he can pull. So if Mira's there, he can pull Mira into his maw within 2 rounds. So 1, 2. So I'll just say that Mira didn't quite reach the water this time. She's grappled and restrained by the tentacle and is pulled towards it, but hasn't actually hit the water yet. So that was... That was his first action. And then he's going to... try and whip Care and Rial with his tendrils to try and grapple you again. So first up is Care. He's going to roll a d20 plus 7 to see if he hits. Yep. 14 plus 7. That definitely hits. So how does that work? He does 1d... he does 1d4 damage. And then you have to do a save versus paralyze. So a constitution saving roll. Care needs to make a constitution saving roll. So the tentacle does 1d4 bludgeoning damage. And does 3 damage to Care. And then Care gets dragged... so then Care has to make a constitution saving roll to see if he becomes paralyzed by the tentacle. Or by the spikes underneath him, which he's getting dragged across. Maybe that should be done... at the start of your next turn. So not now. Never mind about the Constitution saving roll yet. But you do take 3 damage. Okay, so that was 1 tentacle hit. Now the next tentacle is going to go after Bumfluff. So the first tentacle pulled Mira and didn't quite get her onto the spikes to paralyze her. The second tentacle hit Care and will pull him at the start of the next turn. And now the third tentacle is going to attack Riel. And don't forget, if you are taken by the tentacle, then you are restrained. So your movement becomes 0 and you have disadvantage on attack rolls. And you can use an action to attempt to remove the tentacle with a strength versus dexterity or strength roll. So that's an 18 plus... What was the attack here? Plus 7. Yep. So 24. I think 24 will hit Riel. So that means Riel is also grappled. And takes 3 damage from the tentacle. 3 bludgeoning damage. Oh no. How much health is Riel on? 8. Okay. Riel's down to 5 HP. Alright, so it was Xilonen's turn. Now it's back to Care. What would you like to do, Care? You have been grappled, so you have disadvantage on your attack rolls. You can use your action to to get out of the tentacle by doing a dexterity or a... Is it just straight dexterity or is it a skill? Yeah, it's dexterity. Either a dexterity or a strength roll? Let me check that. Grappled. I look this up every week. Oh, it just replaces one of your attacks. Oh no, that's 2 grapple. Oh, it's athletics. Athletics or acrobatics to get out of it. You can move with half speed. You can use your action, so it's not an attack, it's your whole action, to escape. I just lost my place. What was I doing? What was I looking for over there? Oh, xilonen is attacking Riel. Now it's Riel's turn. That's correct. So xilonen has grappled and restrained all 3 of the party members right now. And now Riel, you're going to make your turn. So you can either roll for an attack twice, or you can use your action to get out of the grapple. Are you trying to get out of the grapple, or are you attacking xilonen with that? 14. You have to, if you're attacking, then you have to roll at disadvantage. So you have to roll a d20 twice and then take the lower Yeah, lower roll. Is that it? Yep. Oh, you got a 5. 5 plus strength plus dexterity. 8. And 5 plus strength plus proficiency. 11. Armor class of xilonen. Yep, that beats it. So then we go with your roll of D10, 4 damage plus strength of 3, 7. Rial strikes his sword deep into the core of xilonen, and it makes a screeching wail as all the tentacles and the trunk in the middle shudder, and then it just flops forward and all the tentacles go slack. Bum ba da da. Oh no, not that. We don't want to do Adventure Begins. No, just ignore that music. That's not the correct music. No, this one, Murky Depths, yes. Murky Depths, thanks to Tabletop Audio. There it is. Thank you for donating some very much coveted points towards that. Yep, so what do you guys want to do now? You defeated xilonen. The evil, what is it? What did they call it? It's a gigantic polyp, similar to a sea anemone. Loot! Okay, you want to search for loot? Yep, you can make an investigation roll. Oh, it's actually not an investigation roll. It's a... I don't know, survival roll? No. What's the one where you're cutting people open? Nature. You can do nature or you can do medicine. People will probably disagree with me there because they say medicine is for healing people. But I reckon you could use your medicinal skill to dissect a creature and examine it. Roll a d20 and add your medicine or investigation. So -1 or -1. They're the same. They're the same for Rial. Mira's got 0 or 0. Oh, because they're both intelligence, that's why. Wow, Bumfluff rolled an 8 for his investigation check. So, as you lean down and check out Xilonen's corpse, you see that the slice that you've made in him has opened up a pit in his, like within his cavity, within his, I don't know, not chest cavity, just within the cavity of his body. And you find What'd you get? An 8? So you get 4 pieces of blue jasper. Here, let me write this down on a note so that I can create it later. This one, this one, this one. Xilonen loot. So 4 pieces of blue jasper. And then you get a silvery rod. A silvery rod. And when you pick it up, you feel like tingles of electricity running through your skin. I'll just say a silvery charged rod for now. Until someone can figure out what it is. Oh, and that's all. Just the jasper and the silvery rod. There we go. Blue yay. Blue jasper. Haha, we're rich. I don't have that sound alert, sorry. That's off sound alerts, and my sound alerts library is full. Okay. So, where do you want to go next? Sorry about my yawning. It is late for me, and I didn't get enough sleep last night. Let me just go back to the description of the room so that you know where you are. In the center of this room is a withered tree. Across the room beyond the dead tree is another door. Around the sides of the room is a 5-foot wide ledge encircling the tree. So the party, Mira goes, I'm not stepping in that dirty water, you guys stink. And she walks around the outside without problem and heads to this door. And then she tries to open it, and there's a message that says, "You must gather your party before venturing forth." I'm assuming that both Rial and Care want to also go towards the door. Can I delete this now? Xilonen is dead. Oh, excuse me. My goodness. Chris! Shiver! Shiver! Chris! Shiver! Shiver! It actually would be more like, Chris! Chris! Shiver! Chris! 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 Shiver! Because I'm a lot less annoying, and I played as Chris. So it would be Shiver who's saying it more. Did you see this wall? I was like, oh, that has an interesting design on that wall. And then I was like, oh wait, that's the wall off the other room. I did break the game. So now anytime there's this piece of wall, it is, see, there's some here in this room now. None anywhere else in the lower area though. That's good. But it has spilled over into this room. So there's a door here. Care and Rial make their way. Wait. Oh, we didn't do the rolls for your attacks while in the water. Whoops, never mind. I'm too nice as a DM because I always forget what I can do. Yeah. I really need to know whether Care and Rial are just going to go straight across the water or if they're going to climb out and go around. Because there's a roll for it either way. Or is there? Maybe I was reading the wrong room for that as well. I think I was reading the wrong room. Yep, never mind. That was for the other room. So you get across there without incident. And are you just barreling straight on through this door, or checking for traps, or rethinking and going, actually I want to go a different way and come back to this hub room, which has so many exits off it. As Mira approaches the door, she puts her ear up to it and says, I can't hear anything. I think it's safe to go through, guys. So she pushes the door open. If I can get it to change. Man, just load. Far out. Then steps through the door into another empty hallway. Actually, Riel should be at the front. Now what are we doing? Says Mira. So bad. They step through into this corridor and walk up to the other end of the corridor. Actually, Care is going to roll for checking for traps. So that's exclamation mark roll. Are you here, Akatsuki's? Do you want to do that roll? Before I slap it in there. So that is what is his investigation? +1. Oh, get me again. Right, go. Care rolled an 8. He says, yep, looks like there's no traps down this hallway to me. And keeps going all the way to the end of this hall. And I'm just going to delete this because it's in the way. Yep. And you can open this door. Okay, so as you open the door, as the party opens the door and enters the room, they find bam bam bam. Well, I was going to look at number 19 and then I was like, that's not right, 19. It's the chamber of the second sun. No longer in the bed of xilonen. We're in the chamber of the second sun. second. The huge chamber is 30 feet tall with mighty buttressing and a vaulted ceiling. However, parts of the ceiling and walls have collapsed, and through a gaping hole in the north wall, raw earth may be seen, crushed beneath a fallen block of the center of the room, and the remains of what appears to have once been a human. Elsewhere are the chewed and decayed corpses of some baboon-like creatures. Through a hole in the northern corner of the ceiling, daylight and fresh air filter in. Above, through this gap, can be seen 4 blue-faced baboon-like creatures that will scream their frustration at the party as they do dirt. So, what did it say? A gap through a hole in the northern corners of the daylight above through this gap. Okay, so the hole in the northern corner of the ceiling. You hear some screams as the blue-faced monkeys start throwing dirt at you. And as they start throwing dirt, it begins to slide down the banks, and rocks in walls will shift slightly. Well, how the hell am I meant to do that? Oh. Ah. Yep, what do you guys want to do? What'd you say? Check for traps. Okay. Care is going to roll an investigation check to check for traps. And got a 13 plus proficiency of 3 plus... What's his investigation? One, 4. 13 plus 4. Is enough to see that there is no traps in the room. But with his checking, he does notice that the cracks in the ceiling where the baboons are screaming and throwing dirt down on you, you can also see light above them and fresh air. And the poison from this room, the poison seems to have dissipated, like the poisonous gas in the air is dissipating out of this room up into the roof. So you don't need to do a poison check. Good, because I forgot to do it at the start of the stream anyway. 13 plus 4 is 17. What? I said 17. Oh, Chubby Kim, welcome. Chubby Kim has put the final points into the cooking stream challenge. That means Chubby Kim gets to roll the dice and see what we're cooking on the next cooking stream. So you have to roll a D10. CK with the last. Cousin Koala puts in the last a lot of points. Yeah, so Chubby Kim puts in Chubby Kim puts in the leftover amount that Akatsuki's couldn't pay for last time. Chubby Kim rolls a 9. Get out of town. You faked that roll. Did you write that roll in text yourself? It wasn't you that requested it though, was it? It was Akatsuki's. Akatsuki's will be pleased to know that you have rolled lobster thermidor. I don't know how to make that. So that's going to be a big learning stream. No, I won't look it up now. Should we do a blind playthrough of lobster thermidor? Yeah. So the party has come into this room where there's baboons screaming in the roof above you, and there is no poison in this room because it's escaping out through the holes in the roof where you can see sunlight. And I'm just gonna, this is a wall here, I'm pretty sure. Let me check the map. Yeah, so this is a wall here. And the shape of this room is incorrect, because the shape of this room is meant to be a triangle. Did it keep going on the description? Yep, I wrote the name, but I was like, wait, did I write the name? So crushed beneath a fallen block in the center of the room are the remains of a human. There is chewed and decayed corpses of some baboon-like creatures. And you can see 4 blue-faced baboon-like creatures screaming in frustration as they throw dirt. And as they do, dirt will begin. Oh no, wait. They're screaming in frustration. Dirt begins to slide down the banks and rocks in the walls as they scream. So they're screaming and banging their fists down on the roof, which is causing dirt and debris to slide through the cracks. See, that's what these little pieces of rock are meant to be. They're meant to be rubble, yep, from the baboons screaming and banging against the roof. Anything? Shall I just make a move? Yeah, so when the party moves forward a bit, the screaming intensifies and the banging on the roof gets harsher, and then what the hell? Which way now? Continuing to the door at the other end, or going back out through this door? And do you want to climb over the rubble, or you want to just go straight down the middle? Looks like the party's going straight down the middle. Well, Bumfluff said it straight down the middle. Well, nice. I rolled a d2 to see whether it would be over the rubble or down the middle. Yep, so there's a block in the middle of the room that has... Oh, what did it say about the block? There's that has the two corpses underneath. Oh, the one corpse underneath it. The bones of the human. And then as you come up this way, you can see that there is a door at this end. I'm just going to delete this so you can see the door. What the fuck happened to the party? What? What just happened to my party figurines? Wait, let me check if I can see them in DM mode. Close your eyes, everyone. Like, did they just get... Oh, wait, I just deleted them, didn't I? Because I did delete. And they were selected as... Okay, let's see what Control Z does. It should undo the last action. And then just reloads the map entirely. That's what I'm hoping. I should have done that with the wall last week. Where are they? Oi. Oh man. Okay, let's just load the last autosave. Are they still there? If they're not there, I'm just going to have to bring in new miniatures again. Where did we go? Over here. Holy cow, I deleted them. Alright. We might get some new... actually guys, let's just remember that the party is here. And I think that's going to be the end of the stream for me. Sorry, I'm finishing up 10 minutes early because you might have noticed that my brain's not working too well. So thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for adding those points to complete the cooking stream. Let's see how we go with Lobster Thermidor whenever I can fit that in. And yeah, we just killed the tree xilonen. And now the party is trying to deal with some baboons that are really frustrated with their passing and are smashing on the roof, causing small cave-ins every time. So there. Stay tuned for next week and we'll see how the party deals with this. Thank you, Chubby Kim. Thank you, Akatsukis. Thank you, Geo0018. Thank you, Bumfluff22. Is that everyone that dived in today? No more people from Facebook who keep saying, I want you to cook this, or I wish I could watch your... I wish your cooking stream would come faster. No one's coming to say... No one's coming to put their money where their mouth is on that. Thank you. We'll catch you next time. See, I'm even talking shit now because my brain is so fried. quick. Let me raid so that I can stop talking shit. Who the heck am I gonna... I don't want to raid someone playing Tabletop Simulator. Okay, no, there's no one good to raid today, so thank you very much. I'm going to bed. Good night. Catch you next time. Bye for now.